For our 9th row we need our copper yarn, and you'll be pleased to know it's quite a simple row. And we're going to join with a standing treble. And now we're going to work 30 trebles into the next 30 stitches. So you should have 31 trebles including your standing treble. Now we're going to work a front post double treble around the second front post double treble from round 7. Then we're going to miss a stitch and work a half treble into the next. So remember that's a half treble. Then we're going to work a front post double treble, working back into that first front post double treble from round 7. Then we're going to miss a stitch and work 31 trebles over the next 31 stitches. Okay, so that should be what it looks like, a little cross there. So we need to work another 31 trebles to the end, chain 1, turn and work a DC into each of the stitches back along, making sure that you've got your 65 stitches. Okay, so if you complete row 9, turn and work row 10, and then I'll see you for row 11. So for round 11, we're going to take our silver yarn and start with a standing treble to the first stitch. And we're going to work 3 trebles over the next 3 stitches. Okay, so you should have 4 in total now, including your standing treble. So now we're going to work a front post double treble around the 7th treble from the 9th row. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And work a front post double treble around that. Miss a stitch and work a treble into the next stitch. Then a front post double treble around the 5th treble from the 9th row. There we go. And now we're going to miss a stitch and work 4 trebles. There we go. And now we're going to do the same again. We're going to do this crossed front post double treble. And now the easiest way I find to mark where my next one will be is count from the 9th row, count 7 trebles from the last one that was worked. So not including that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. And that's the one that we're going to be working around. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This one here, yarn round twice, round the back of that stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2, yarn over, miss a stitch, and a treble into the next stitch, and then yarn over twice, and then so we're working back, missing that next one and working into the one after. There we go. So there should be 4 trebles in between. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so that's the easiest way to work out where your cross front post trebles are going. So we're going to miss one again and work 4 trebles. And we're going to do the cross post trebles again, front post double trebles. So yarn over twice, count 7 from the last one that was worked on the 9th row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's the one that you're working into. Miss one stitch and work a treble into the next. Then another front post double treble, working back along this way, missing that one that's next to the one that you've just worked and working into the one after. There we go. And there should be 1, 2, 3, 4 in between. So we've done that 3 times, so we just need to do it one more time. So miss a stitch, working into the next, working 4 trebles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Miss a stitch and treble into the next. Front post treble again, working back along this way, missing that one that's next to it and working into the one there. One, 2, 3, 4. So we've got 4 of them now. So now we're going to work a treble into the miss one and work a treble into the next 9. So now you've done your 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Can yarn over twice. And as you can see here, on this side of the cross, there's 1, 2, 3 trebles. Okay, so we're wanting to mirror that on the other side, so we're going to count 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's where the second front post treble is going to be worked. That's the one that we miss, and that's the treble that we're going to work into now. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need to count 6 trebles on the 9th row from the cross post double trebles. Okay, and we're going to work around that one with a front post double treble. Miss a stitch and treble into the next, and then we're going to work a front post double treble back along this way again, so I'm missing that stitch and working into the next. So let's see if we've got that right. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So you can see that mirrors it completely now. So now we can carry on doing the same here as we have been here. So 4 trebles, missing 1, 4 trebles into the next 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And yarn over twice, same as we were doing before, counting 7 trebles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's the one that we're working into. Miss a stitch and work a treble into the next. Yarn over twice, missing a stitch and working into the one next to it. And there we go, so there should be 4 trebles in between these 2 front post cross double trebles. 1, 2, 3, 4. So miss a stitch and work 4 trebles. Counting again 6 from the last one that was worked around on row 9. Counting 7, sorry, from the last treble that was worked around on row 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. working your front post double treble around that one. Oops, didn't yarn over twice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Missing a stitch and working into the next with a treble. And then a front post double treble, working back along this way and missing that next one and working into the one after that. So missing a stitch and working 4 trebles over the next 4 stitches. Now this will be your last one because we've got 3 and we've got 4 at this side and we're wanting it to mirror. Okay, so you've got your 3 here and 4 there. So we've done our 4 treble, so as before, counting from the last one that was worked on the 9th row, we're counting 7 trebles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and working our front post double treble around there. Miss a stitch and a treble into the next, and yarn over twice and working back along. Miss that next one, going into the next. And missing a stitch and working 3 trebles. There we go. So let's see if we can get all this in. So you've got your 3. Oops. Missed one off here. So you need 4 at the end. 4 trebles in the end. Okay, so you've got your 4 trebles to start off with and your front post double treble that are crossed with your treble in the middle, missing a stitch on either side. So you've got your 4 there. 1, 2, 3, 4 cross post double trebles with your 4 in between. 4 lots of trebles in between each of your cross post double trebles. 9 trebles here, and same again on this side. 4 cross post double trebles with 4 trebles, 4 lots of trebles in between each of them, and your 4 on the end. So that in total should add up to 65 stitches. Okay, so if you count, make sure that you've got 65 stitches, then you can chain 1 and turn, and then work a row of DCs all the way along here. And that will be, this is your 12th row now. So when you get to the end of that, I'll see you for the 13th. So for the 13th row, we need to take our black yarn and join with a standing DC to the first stitch of your previous row. And then we're going to work another 2 DC over the next 2 stitches. Okay, so that's what it should look like. So now we're going to work a front post treble, working into the first front post double treble from round 11, which is this one here. So front post treble, Now we're going to miss a stitch, miss that one there, and work 3 DC over the next 3 stitches. There we go. So now we're going to work another front post treble around the next front post double treble from round 11. Now we're going to miss one and work 2 DC over the next 2 stitches. And now we're going to work a front post treble over to the next front post double treble from round 11. And now miss a stitch and work 3 DCs over the next 3 stitches. Front post treble around the next front post treble from front post double treble from round 11. So can you see what we're doing here? We're making these, they're almost like a V shape, aren't they? Over the cross front post double trebles around 11. And as you can see, what we're doing is we're working 3 DCs in the middle of the V's and 2 in between the sets of the V's. So 3 in the middle of the V's and 2 in the middle of the sets of the V's, if that makes sense. So we've just done 3, so we'll do 2. So miss a stitch. So we worked in that one, missing that one, and working 2 into the next. 2 DCs over the next 2 stitches. Same again with your front post treble. Into the front post double treble from round 11. Miss a stitch and work 3 DCs over the next 3 stitches. And front post double treble around your next front post treble around your next front post double treble from round 11. And again miss a stitch and work 2 DCs. Yarn over, work into that next front post double treble, working a front post treble around there, miss a stitch and work 3 DCs over the next 3 stitches and work another front post treble around your next front post double treble from round 11. There we go. So you've got 3 DCs at the beginning, 3 DCs in the middle of here, 2 there, 3 there, 2 there, 3 there, 2 there, and 3 there. So that's what we're doing with your front post trebles around each of the front post double trebles from round 11. Okay, so now we're going to miss a stitch and work 7 DCs. So now we're working a front post treble around the next front post double treble. Missing a stitch and working 3 DCs over the next 3 stitches. Front post treble around the next front post double treble. Miss a stitch and 2 DC over the next 2 stitches. Another front post double treble, another front post treble around the next front post double treble. Miss a stitch and work 3 DCs. Finishing off that V shape there. And again, miss a stitch, work 2 DCs over the next 2 stitches. front post treble over the next front post double treble, miss a stitch and work 3 DCs. Another front post treble around the front post, next front post double treble to finish that V, miss a stitch and work 2 DC over the next 2 stitches, yarn over and front post treble around the next front post double treble, miss a stitch, work 3 DCs, front post treble around the next front post double treble, miss a stitch and work 3 DCs into each of the next stitch to the end. So there we go. That's row 13 completed. So as long as you've got the right amount of stitches in the right place, so we'll just have a look at the DCs. Should be 3 DCs there, 3 there, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 7, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 3. Okay, so if you've got that amount of DCs and then you've got your 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 front post trebles around your front post double trebles from round 11. So that should all add up to 65 stitches. If you've got that, you can chain 1, turn, and then work a DC into each of the stitches to the end. That'll be round 14. So then I can see you for round 15, where we'll be using the mocha yarn.